How's it going, YouTube? We are back, and I wanted to talk quickly about Virgil Ortiz's last fight with Egidijus Kavalauskas. Before you start, I have to ask you guys to leave a like and subscribe. It would really help me out. As you can tell by the title, I have posed the question: can Virgil Ortiz beat Terence Crawford? And that's a question that a lot of people are asking in a serious manner right now because of the fact that Virgil is so young, so powerful, and they're in the same division, obviously, and Terence Crawford is a champ. It's a fight that's being thrown around, that's being talked about. De La Hoya has said that he wants it at Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Crawford says he'd knock him out. Bomac says he'd knock him out. Virgil just wants the challenge. He wants to be pushed. He wants to fight the best. So I think it's a really interesting matchup. Crawford probably is the more skilled fighter in terms of different tricks that he has in his bag. He can hit from both sides, southpaw and orthodox. Virgil probably has the better jab, in my opinion. Virgil really does have a more powerful jab, at least. Crawford maybe does have the hand speed, as well as the experience in the ring IQ. So I think that it would really make for an interesting matchup. Bomac was talking about how, when Virgil did get hurt by Kavalauskas, that Crawford would have finished him. But, Kavalauskas and Crawford are two very different fighters. Like, they aren't the same guy. They don't have the same skill set. They don't have the same power. They don't have, there's a lot of things that are different about them. And I know Virgil knocked out Kavalauskas in a sooner round than Crawford. Crawford knocked him out in the 8th. Ortiz knocked him out in the 7th. That doesn't mean anything either because Virgil and Terence Crawford are different fighters as well. You can't really put much stock into that, as I don't. I don't think anyone else should either. But I think right now we are probably a little bit too soon from that fight. I'd say probably one more good tune-up fight for Virgil, say against like Keith Thurman, someone of that level. If he can beat Keith Thurman or somebody equal at that point, then I say throw him in with Terence Crawford and give him a title shot. But right now, I still think he's a little bit too green. I'm not even talking about him getting hurt. I don't really care about that too much. What I do care about is when a fighter gets hurt and they disappear. You know what I mean? You lose track of them. For example, when Ryan Garcia got knocked down, he got back up, kept the same game plan, and knocked out Luke Campbell. Not going to compare the two, Virgil and Ryan Garcia, two totally different things, because Virgil was not knocked down, Ryan was. The point is the lion mentality, attacking, not getting discouraged by getting hit by a good shot. Virgil did not go down. He looked a little wobbly. You could see it in his face that he had his bell rung, but he kept his nose in the fight. A counter example of that would be Devin Haney. Devin Haney got popped by Jorge Linares and disappeared for the last 3 rounds of that fight. That's the kind of stuff that when you're testing the will of a fighter, a true champion, that you need to pass that eye test. And Virgil passed it for me. Ryan passed it for me. Haney didn't at that time. Haney had a good fight. He got hit and he disappeared. That's not what I want to see from a champion. Virgil kept his nose in the ring. He stepped to his game plan, fought a little bit smarter on the outside of that strong jab. Picked his shots, and secured himself a knockout. And he's very, very poised. He's very patient for someone that is so young into his career. He has so much potential. I think that, after one more good fight, one more tough fight, I think he'll be ready for Crawford. But at this point, I think if you put the two in the ring, it would probably be really, really close. I'd still probably have to give the edge to Crawford at this point. You give Virgil one more fight, and I think I give Virgil the edge because of that power. And that's going to do it for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe, comment what you guys think about that matchup, Virgil versus Terence Crawford. If you guys would like to make a donation to the channel, hit me on Cash App. Anything is appreciated, and I see you guys next time.